In the midst of the harsh dry season at Addo Elephant Sanctuary, South Africa, the land is cracked, with only a few shallow pools of water remaining. A mature elephant limps slowly, its right front foot covered with a large, painful, red abscess. The pain made it difficult for him to move, unable to find food or drink enough water every day. Gradually, it was left behind the herd, becoming a lost soul in the middle of the barren, cold, empty fields. Its eyes were sad, its ears drooped as if it was suffering from long-suppressed despair and exhaustion. It found a small puddle of water to rest in, occasionally reaching down with its trunk to take small sips. A hot wind carrying the scent of dry earth blew past, wrapping around its large but weak body. The elephant had almost given up hope of finding his herd in this harsh land. Suddenly, a black bird with a long curved beak appeared and approached the injured foot. It was a curious bird, closely observing the red swelling on the elephant's giant foot. The bird moved closer, tilted its head a few times, and then gently touched its beak to the abscess. Suddenly, it pecked loudly, causing the stretched skin to burst and a yellow liquid to flow onto the ground. The elephant was startled but quickly found the sharp pain had subsided, bringing some immediate relief. It tried taking a short step. The pressure under its foot lessened but the pain was still dull. The bird continued to peck a few more times, causing more fluid to escape, relieving the tension. The elephant gently waved its trunk as a thank you, and the bird chirped softly and flew away. That night, the elephant rested longer than usual, thinking that he was completely saved. But just a few days later, the wound began to swell and turn red again, and the pain spread around the foot. A foul smell came out, yellow pus oozed out, making it impossible to stand up or walk normally. The elephant could only lie motionless by the puddle, drinking small sips to survive the day. The pain became so intense that it left him almost immobile for hours. His breathing became rapid, each heavy beat echoing in the silent space of the dry field. Eyes half closed, eyelashes fluttering slightly as if trying to fight extreme fatigue. It no longer has the strength to find food, its body visibly becomes thinner with each passing day. Occasionally, it would try to put its trunk into the puddle, take a few small sips, then let it hang back down to the ground. The sun burned on his back, making his condition worse, steam rising from the dry soil. Flies and insects swarmed around the wound, making it even more uncomfortable and painful. Even though it tried to flap its ears to chase them away, it was still helpless against the overwhelming number of insects. The water in the pool gradually dried up, leaving only a thin layer of mud at the bottom. It waited silently, as if hoping for a miracle to happen amidst the despair. That miracle came one morning when the golden sunlight was just spreading across the grassland. Two rangers, David Makona and Samuel Kumalo, are patrolling water sources in the reserve. From a distance, they saw a giant gray mass lying motionless near the water's edge. As they got closer, they realized it was an adult elephant with a serious injury to its foot. His tired eyes and heavy breathing showed that he had been suffering for days. David knelt down to check its pulse and body temperature. Samuel immediately used the radio to call for emergency. They quickly brought clean water to pour into the elephant's trunk, helping it to drink a few precious sips. Samuel used a large rope to mark the area, preventing other animals from approaching and causing danger. David gently placed his hand on the elephant's trunk, speaking words of comfort in a deep, warm voice. From afar, the sound of a specialized vehicle engine echoed, signaling the rescue team was arriving. When the car arrived, the group worked together to use tarpaulins and ropes to help lift the elephant. The elephant was loaded into a special vehicle, trying to keep it as comfortable as possible. Samuel sat next to the elephant's head, constantly checking its breathing and health condition on the way back to the station. At the ranger station, a veterinarian was immediately present to conduct a thorough examination. The results showed that the abscess had not spread deep into the bone, but thorough disinfection and close monitoring were needed. The nursing team washed away the pus, removed dead tissue and bandaged it carefully with sterile gauze. Antibiotics and painkillers were injected immediately to help the elephant feel more comfortable. It was moved into a large barn with a floor covered with dry straw and a roof to protect it from the sun. A large bin of hay and a tank of clean water were placed right next to it so it could eat and drink easily. At night, staff change bandages and check temperature frequently to prevent complications. After a few days, the elephant's breathing became more regular, and its eyes lit up with new hope. By the third day, the wound began to dry, the swelling had significantly reduced, and the foul smell had also disappeared. David and Samuel smiled as they watched him try to move his feet slowly. A week later, it was able to stand up and leisurely chew hay in the barn. Doctors increased his food intake, adding more fruits and vegetables to help him regain his strength faster. Every morning, Samuel takes the elephant out to the small yard to sunbathe, which helps improve its health. It enjoyed the cool water sprayed over its head and back, its ears wagging slightly in delight. The fur on the ears and around the legs began to shine again, and the skin on the wound gradually healed. Every day, its steps are more steady, no longer staggering like before. After 1 month, the wound was completely closed and there were no signs of infection. It's time to return it to nature where it belongs. David and Samuel prepared a special vehicle and carefully led the elephant up the wooden ramp. On the way to the field, it kept sticking its trunk out, inhaling the familiar scent of the wind. The car door opened and he stepped out slowly, taking in the scent of dry grass and damp earth. The golden afternoon sunlight spread everywhere, reflecting on the wrinkled but vibrant skin. It let out a deep roar, as if to say goodbye and thank those who had helped. Taking each step steadily into the distance, it left deep footprints on the soft ground. David and Samuel stood still watching, eyes full of hope and pride. In their hearts, the joy is not only saving an elephant, but also preserving a part of wild nature. They knew that, even if they never met again, the bond between man and animal would last forever. The elephant continued on, its figure gradually shrinking among the vast grasslands of Addo Elephant National Park. A flock of black birds flew above, as if to send it back to freedom. In the distance, the shadows of other elephants appeared, slowly moving towards it. It paused for a moment, waved its trunk, and then walked faster toward the herd. The sounds of calling each other echoed, dispelling the silence of the afternoon. In that moment, he was no longer an outcast, but a member of a large family. David and Samuel returned to the station, carrying with them simple but complete happiness. The sun set behind the horizon, leaving behind a brilliant orange-pink glow. The story of the elephant and his bird friend will be told forever in the evenings around the fire. And in that wilderness, an elephant found freedom again, thanks to the kindness of humans.